everyone, you reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with a quick video on the Sex and the City reboot. And just like that, the creator of that show actually said that Kim Cantrall, who played Samantha on the series from 1998, I want to say to 2004, on HBO when they had the Sex and the City series, and then she also played her same role Samantha in the Sex and the City movie, the first one and the second one. Well, after the second movie, Kim Cantrall said that she would never ever do a third movie and she would never do a reboot. And the reason why is because her and Sarah Jessica Parker do not get along, and I guess she didn't get along with the other ladies either. However, my thing is acting should be acting. Even if you don't get along with somebody in real life, you should be able to take that script, go on the set, do what you got to do what you do best, act, okay? Get through it and carry on with life. But you know, we've seen this before in another franchise, and that is the Fast and the Furious, okay? So The Rock didn't get along with Vin Diesel, didn't get along with some other people from Fast and the Furious. So once he got his own spinoff from the Fast and the Furious, he refused to go back to the Fast and Furious franchise. And my thing is, again, he's saying because he doesn't get along with people, but again, people, isn't this what acting is about? Isn't that how you get your Oscar? Because you really know how to act. You can't stand a person, but you got through it anyway. And the audience had no clue that y'all didn't get along in real life. But anyway, back to the Sex in the City reboot, and just like that. So the creator was asked by an interviewer a couple of days ago, is there any room? Is the door still open? Is it cracked for Kim Cantrall to come back as Samantha? And he said pretty much in the words of Nene Leakes, and I'm telling you the truth, go pull up the article, he said the door is closed. And he also said about Kim Cantrall, she said what she said. And he said, I realize that when someone says they want no part of it, when they're done, you leave them where they're at. You don't beg them to come back, and that is why there is no room for her to ever come back. So funny thing is, though, he said that, but my opinion, the reboot is nothing without her. The reboot, and I'm sorry about the other ladies, is trashed without her. So I am a huge fan of Sex and the City. I saw both movies. I watched it when it was originally on HBO. And I love the fact that it was 4 ladies that were friends. It was Samantha. What is her name? Carrie. It was Charlotte. Okay. And Miranda. Just navigating the city. We're seeing their relationships, their fashion, them go in and out, fall in and out of love, eventually get married. We've seen them go through so much, and I just absolutely loved it. And now with this reboot, it's a snoozer to me. And the reason why it's a snoozer is, one, I think that how do you deal with, first you were introduced to 4 ladies and now it's 3. But in addition to that, I think that Samantha's character was so monumental to that series. Her not being there, it just feels, it leaves me kind of empty. And they did give a nod to her in a couple of episodes. When they first opened up through the gate, they talked about the reason why she wasn't going to be there is because Carrie fired her and Samantha was mad, and now she's not talking to any of them. But I think that they wrote in a little dig that I didn't like. They wrote in this dig and said that, oh, Samantha looked at Carrie as an ATM, and I guess now that it's over, now that she's no longer working for me, she has nothing to say to me. I felt like that was a personal dig, even though it happened in the show. There was another nice nod to Samantha's character in this reboot, and that is when, unfortunately, a major character died, which we all know if you are a fan of the series. Big died. Okay. And when Big died, Carrie didn't want to have like this big, thing for him. She just wanted to be really simple, and she didn't want any flowers. But when she got to the venue where the funeral was being held, there was this big thing of flowers on his casket, and she went crazy, Carrie the character. And she was like, why is this here? I told you no flowers. And then when they told her that it came from Samantha, my heart melted, because she said they can stay. So, and then there was a text from Samantha, but when Carrie texted back, it was nothing. But I thought it was sweet how, in my opinion, they was kind of giving the fans and the viewers like a little hope that perhaps there is room for Samantha and her character to come back into the series. But according to this creator, not. Well, I'll say this: if she doesn't come back, there's no need for them to do another season, because I don't think it's going to work. Another thing that they tried to do, I think they tried to address what people were saying over the years, how the four ladies living in the city and they never had not one black friend or not one friend of another culture. It just didn't make sense, especially if you know anything about New York City. New York City was always called the melting pot. And the reason why it was called the melting pot is because it was like New York City contained like every culture you can ever think of and imagine. You can run into it in the city. Versus, how do you have these four ladies living in the city, running all around town, and they never had a friend of any other culture? So I think with this reboot, they wanted to address it, and they tried. I think it was an epic fail. An epic fail not because they didn't add these additional cultures to the series. An epic fail because it didn't seem organic. It didn't seem it doesn't seem like they're really friends. It just seems like they said, okay, let's have 3 black characters, characters of different cultures, and then also we're going to add the LGBTQ community. And I appreciate them trying to make it more diverse. However, again, I think they failed. All the black characters, I feel like they still seem out of place. I don't think there's no real organic friendships there. It's like, okay, we need them. Here they are. Throw them in and make it, when you write the scenes, make it work. And then in terms of adding the LGBTQ community in there, I don't like how they added that either. And I'm going to tell you why. And not that they added it, how they added it. So the way they did it is they had Miranda cheating on her husband. And I didn't appreciate that. It's like, to me, a lot of series, when they do it and when they want to add things they really don't know about, they do stereotypical stuff. And what do I mean by that? So with the LGBTQ community, everybody is not promiscuous and just, don't care or will just sleep with someone's husband or wife or whatever the case may be. That's not who they are. That is not, just everything about them. And granted, after a while, the character Shay, she thought that Miranda was in an open relationship with her husband. She didn't realize that Miranda's husband didn't know about her, whatever. But I still don't like the way they did it. I don't like the way they made Miranda, the way she left her husband, the way she told her husband. I just didn't like it. I guess even though I'm committed, the series is going to end next week on HBO Max for me. That's where I get it at. And I'm going to watch the season finale. But overall, if I had to rate the whole reboot and rate the whole season, being generous, I'll give it a C. There was no episode that at the end I was just like, it gave me that nostalgia like I felt when I watched the original airing of it, when it was Sex in the City. It's not giving me anything that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see next week's episode. Where again, with the original, I couldn't wait to see the following episode. And this one, even when I forgot when they drop it. I think they drop it at the beginning of the week, but I'm just like, I'll catch it when I catch it. So I'm not. And then the fashion too. Before I was just, I was in love with the fashion, and this one I'm like, the fashion is okay. And when fashion has evolved so much from the time it originally aired to now, I'm just like, they could do better. So if they do get renewal and get to have another season. I think they need to go back to the table, do some better writing, make us feel like the friends, the black friends that they have, like it's more organic friendships. In addition to that, I think they need to clean up the way that Miranda has left her husband. And it broke my heart the last episode when he was like, he's never taken off his wedding ring, even though she left him. I was just like, I can't do this right now. I was heartbroken because I absolutely love his character. Oh, the other thing that I really didn't like, I want to say his name is Willie Garson. The thing in real life, unfortunately, he passed away. And the way that I think they did his character a disservice, the way that they addressed him passing away on the series, is they acted as if he just ran off, left his husband for a younger man. I don't know. That didn't sit well with me because I just felt like the episode before we see them made up when Big had passed away. And granted, I understand probably why they was filming. He just unexpectedly passed. But it's like, okay, so that's the best way that y'all can address him passing in real life. Y'all just want us to believe that he just went off, he's never coming back, and that's the end. And although it may have seemed a little bit harsh if they actually had him pass away on the series, I think that would have went over better than him just leaving and them telling us that he cheated on his husband. Anyway, guys, all I have to say is this. Let me know what you think about the reboot if you were ever a Sex and the City fan and you have watched it. What do you think about the creator talking about there is no room for Samantha's character, for Kim Cantrall's character, Samantha, to ever come back? I honestly feel like the show is nothing without her. Love Sarah Jessica Parker. I love all the rest of the ladies, but in the additions are okay. But I still say you can't do Sex and the City without Samantha. Chat with me in the comments, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.